What's good? Yo. Welcome back to another edition of the Cruising Podcast. We are back, baby. Woo! Welcome back to another edition of the Cruising Podcast. I am your host, Andrew Cruz, and today is September 8th, and it's a Tuesday. Yeah. Going up on a Tuesday. Yeah, but hey, welcome back to another edition of the Cruising Podcast. Look, a lot has gone on since the last episode. I am back now from my hiatus. I needed to chill out for a second, get my energy back, and now it's back, baby. Woo! Okay, let me chill out for a second. But thank you guys so much. If you are listening right now, or wherever you're listening to my European fans, to my United States fans, to my Asian fans, to my Pacific Islander fans, everybody, I'd like to say thank you guys so much for being supportive, and thank you guys so much for being here. And where you can find the Cruising Podcast is on YouTube at Cruising Podcast, also on Apple Podcasts, which is once again Cruising Podcast, and then also on Anchor.fm and on Stitcher and all the rest of that cool stuff. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. So let's get into it, man. Oh yeah. Where you can find latest updates of the Cruising Podcast is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast. I'm gonna keep saying the word because it's gonna be ingrained in your brain. And then also on Twitter at Nicetown Finest, where you can find all updates of the Cruising Podcast, and also my Twitch, where you can watch me play some video games, talk some shit, and do what we gotta do, baby. Okay, so today. Well, last week, was it last week? Yeah, it was last week. Last week was a very, very tough week. Very tough week for all of us. As I mean all of us. Not just Black culture, not just, Americans, not this, that, and third. All of us. It was a tough fucking week. And I'm going to say why it was. First of all, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. You were an inspiration to us all. Your private battle with cancer. You first of all, whoever your crew is or whoever's around you, those are people we need to be inspiring to having around us. Because at any point especially when those pictures came out where he was like really skinny and frail, pretty much his last pictures that he had. And people were going in, and still no one said, hey, asshole, he's going through stage 4 chemotherapy for colon cancer. He's in stage 4. And for people to be that strong around him is amazing. First of all. Second of all, I want to say thank you to Chadwick Boseman. I know you probably looking over your family right now, or wherever. If you hear this, wherever you at, you listen. You were an inspiration, not just to young children, but also to grown Black adults, grown Black adults, to teenagers, to everybody. You were an inspiration because you had 5 movies come out while you were fighting cancer, and 4 of them were very high action-packed movies. And you gave us classics. Think about this. Some of the highest grossing movies of all time, he was in. Infinity War, Endgame. He was the first guy to come back from, spoiler, in 3, 2, 1. He was one of the first people to come back after the snap. He was one of the first people we saw. And also the first other person that we heard was another Black superhero, which his name was Falcon. On your left, baby. We on your left. And, but I want to say, man, you brought an inspiration to everyone. You gave people a chance to see our heroes on film, which is Jackie Robinson. 42 was probably the main one that people know you for, like, to begin it before Black Panther. And I just want people, like, my grandfather used to tell me stories, endless stories about Jackie Robinson. And especially his Negro League days, it was amazing to listen to these stories and then to see it played on film, because this is how really history right now is being consumed, is through movies and TV shows. Not many people, this is the best way to learn about, historical figures, even though some parts of it is kind of can be fabricated to make the movie a lot more dramatic and shit. He still gave us a chance to see this, not watch old timey 1950 videos of him hitting home runs and stealing bases and, being called, all types of fucking words while playing baseball, playing the sport. And I'm so happy that he gave us a chance to see Jackie Robinson, Thurgood Marshall, James Brown. He also did a very good job in the name of and oh my gosh, something about a king. I forgot what it was. Message from the King, and then also 21 Bridges, and then he gave us our first. Sorry, then he gave us one of the most influential superheroes of all time right now, which is Black Panther. I'm not going to say he's the first black superhero, because that distinguishment goes to Wesley Snipes and his portrayal of Blade. Now, how many kids saw Blade? Not a lot of them. But what people don't understand what he did with Black Panther was this. People that never watched comic book movies, I know I said this probably before on this podcast, but I'm going to say it again. People that don't watch comic book movies watched Black Panther. People that had nothing to do with a comic book, probably never even picked up a comic book in their life, were going in droves to go see Black Panther. Droves. Like, I saw nothing on my Facebook when Black Panther first came out. I saw nothing on Facebook, because that's practically most of what I use. But on Facebook, I saw nothing but people wearing dashikis and all the African garbs and stuff like that to go watch a movie about a superhero, a black superhero. And it was amazing to watch. It was amazing to see. And then also, not just, young black kids and older black men and women got to see the black superhero on film, but everyone else did too. And he transcended cultures. So that's why, at some point I was like, man, you had to be tired of doing that Wakanda Forever, man. Like, everybody walks up to you, gotta do this. All right, but what he did in the short time that he had on this earth is amazing. He was going to children's hospitals and, training to become. He was doing martial arts training. He was doing all these things before he passed away. In 4 years? 5 years, something like that. He was fighting this and still doing things and still doing big fucking things. And that should be an inspiration to all of us, not just black people, to all of us, that we can do so much in such little time. So much change, so much good change can happen in such little time. And that's the message that we need to get out of this. That's the message. Is that, man, we got a lot of time, but also a short amount of time. And we can be the spark to change things for the better. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm so happy that he gave us this opportunity to see this. So I want to say, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. You were an amazing actor and probably even more amazing person. You were a great person and a great inspiration to us all. And I appreciate you for your 43 years on Earth, which you did for us as the human race. Thank you. Thank you so much. So now let's go back to now. Let's talk about some things, man. I just wanted to get this off my chest a little bit. We're gonna stick with black culture stuff right now. Listen, I'm gonna stick with this. There's a show on HBO that people aren't talking about, but need to be talking about, and that's Lovecraft Country. Woo! If Watchmen had monsters, this is the show. Not only are they tackling social justice stuff back in the 1950s during the Korean War, but we also have Lovecraftian monsters. Just in case people don't know, H.P. Lovecraft was very famous for having supernatural and big monsters in his books. And they are mixing up those monsters and those witches and stuff like that with black social issues going on in segregation in the 1950s. And I'm talking about Chicago 1950s. I'm not talking about, the South. We're talking about Chicago with the separation of blacks and whites. And this show has really done a great job with the mixing and matching of the monsters of Lovecraft and the social justice reform. Okay, the social justice angle during the 1950s, and I'm very excited to see how much more. Like, the storyline's fantastic. The action that we've gotten so far is great. The lore, if you know the lore of H.P. Lovecraft, then you will understand more about this show. But if you don't even need to do that part of the story, and the show's that good. HBO does a great job with these type shows. Think about it. Watchmen is one of the greatest shows of all time, and that was only one fucking season. But this show, 4 episodes deep, and I really haven't seen a bad one yet. They have done a great job with this. It's very exciting. I hope you guys go out and watch it. It's it's on HBO. I know a lot of people don't have HBO and don't use HBO because the man owns it, but no, this show is very, very well done. And once again, we're going to stick with this a little bit. Power Book 2 Ghost came out on Sunday. I have my reservations about this show because if you're going to base it off of Tariq, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like that. But we're gonna get. I wonder if they're doing like anthology type seasons. So like this season is gonna be about Tariq. Next season is gonna be about, might go to Tommy Egan or Tate. Or Tate's. I think Tate was supposed to be the next one after this. I think they're doing like that type of deal. This isn't going to be a full series. This is going to just be a spinoff season, and then they're going to do another spinoff season. If they're just doing this, I don't see this. I don't see if they want to make sure. To me, there needs to just be one season of this. We need to see what happens with Tariq after Ghost's demise. After it. Oh, my bad. 3, 2, 1. Sorry, spoiler here. Spoilers coming up in 3, 2, and 1. Tariq was the one, as we found out later in as we found out for the final episode of the original Power series, was the one to shoot Ghost, and his mom, Tasha, took the rap for it, or is trying to take the rap for it, and now we're at a point where it just seems like they're saturating this storyline. I just want to see Tommy and Callie. I don't know about anybody else, but I want to see that part of the story. So I'm very excited to see what more from the other spinoffs they got too, because I don't know about this storyline with Tariq. Like, unless we're ending it off, this, like, the first episode was like, all right. Maybe he can hold the show, maybe not. I don't know if he can hold the show by himself. They're trying to bring in Sax and stuff. I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it not one bit. I want to stick with it because I've been watching Power since literally episode 1 when it first came out. I've been watching Power, so I'm going to stick with it. But episode 1 was a little shaky for me. Little shaky. Mary J. Blige coming in was not too bad. But ooh, doggy. I don't know, man. I don't know. But all right, next one. Next show I've been watching. Well, just finished watching. It's a couple Netflix shows. Actually, next couple of shows, Netflix shows. The first one I want to talk about is Umbrella Academy season 2. It was slow. I'm not gonna lie. It was slow in the beginning. I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. We're saving the world. The world's y'all about to end the world again. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Every time y'all walk around, y'all try to end the world. I just don't understand it. And then the action picks up. It picks up, and then the final episode of this season, we find out Diego had a power that I didn't even know Diego had. I wasn't ready for Diego to have this power, but like I don't think anybody else knew he had this power. By the way, everybody else was more surprised about Diego than anything else. But I think the action was done very well for this show. It seemed like they didn't want to overpower Vanya again, like they did last season. They made her almost powerless because of another person. Of course, they were like what, over 100 kids born on the same day at the same time. Of course, quite a few of them, all of them should have powers at some point. So I can't wait till we meet some more of the kids that were born at this time. Sorry. But this season, to me, the beginning of it, if you can get through the beginning of this season, I think that there's a huge payoff at the end of it. There's a huge payoff. That's how I feel. It's a huge payoff for it. Yeah. That's all I can really say about Umbrella Academy. Then Lucifer. I think we're at the first part of season 5 because it's supposed to be 2 parts for season 5. We're at the first part. Tom Ellis, I don't know why he's not in more stuff. I know he's most known for Lucifer, but if he doesn't get more acting roles after this, I'm gonna be very fucking upset. I'm gonna be very upset because this dude is such a great actor. What? He got to play a twin brother, which, he's Lucifer, and then we also got. If you haven't seen the previews to it, that's your fault. The previews gave us way too much information. I wish they didn't give us like, all right, well, his twin brother Michael was here. Damn, man, y'all made Michael like this? But oh, give me 2 seconds. Hold on. Let me do something real quick. Woo! I needed that. Everything's unedited. Hey, man, I had to do. Woo! I need some water. Well, if my throat was. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to doing this again. Goodness gracious. All right, what is that noise? Okay. All right, cool. We're good. All right, so the acting that he did between him being Michael and then him being Lucifer, great job. The storyline to this last season was actually done very well. Very well. We're dealing with not Asmodee. What the fuck is his name? We're dealing with Maze, first of all. Maze is dealing with her emotions, does actually, or lack thereof emotions. Lucifer, is dealing with his love for the detective, and Officer Douche. He hasn't called him that in so long, but Officer Douche is he's dealing with self-help stuff and still dealing with the death of his girlfriend from 2 seasons ago now. Damn, he's still dealing with that shit. But yeah, he's still dealing with that. Oh my gosh, it's been so Amenadiel. Thank you. Amenadiel going into fatherhood, and he's doing it like he's trying to his funny moments with him as a father, and then also Lucifer as the uncle doing big things. You know what I'm saying? Because us uncles need to do big things. That's what we do, dog. We do big things, do great things, and goodness gracious, my voice is almost gone. That's crazy. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna drink some water real quick. Let's go. Tasty. All right. So, yeah, but this season was actually done to me very well. It's one of the better seasons of the show, and I definitely advise anybody to watch the first part of season 5. We're at season 5, Andrew. Come on, get your life together. Okay, there we go. Woo! I've done a lot of TV watching, so I'm trying to like throw things in. Woo! All right, so right now, big things are happening for DC. DC fandom happened a couple weeks ago also. And we got a very good, let me tell y'all something. Robert Pattinson is going to kill it as Batman. Robert Pattinson's a very good Batman. He's bringing a different energy to it, a darker, very much darker energy to it. And you can already tell that it was going to be this way because, as everybody might not know, or everybody does know, like the Batman symbol that he has is made of the gun that killed his parents in Crime Alley. That's the bat symbol on his chest. So if you don't think this shit's about to be real fucking dark, it's gonna be real fucking dark. And the not the teaser, but the trailer. They're not even done with the movie, but they came out with a trailer. Woo! I mean, I'm excited to watch this because Paul Dano as the Riddler is almost perfect casting, and I really hope that he pulls it off. It looks like that we're going to go through a Hush storyline where he's going to be Hush. We'll see, because he's wearing a little mask thing around him, and then Colin Farrell. I didn't even know I saw Colin Farrell in the trailer as Penguin. He looks unrecognizable. It's amazing. And Robert Lord Taylor should get all the credit for his portrayal of Penguin in the Gotham series, because I think if he doesn't portray Penguin as a skinny, just weird guy that just likes to kill people, then I don't think Colin Farrell would even have this role. They would probably look at another Danny DeVito type deal. But to just have Penguin as just really the way he walks or the way he is makes it so much, makes it easier to cast other people. And Colin Farrell was unrecognizable, though. Then whatever makeup they put on him was, whoever the makeup people is for this, wow, that's amazing. They didn't show Lenny Kravitz's door. Oh, fuck. Is it Zoe Kravitz? Yeah, Zoe Kravitz. They didn't show her as Catwoman or Selena Kyle. I don't think they did. They really showed Robert Pattinson really beat the shit out of somebody just for asking who he was. Like, who are you? What? Crap, this motherfucker. Bah, 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 bah. All right. That's who I am, bitch. I'm Batman, motherfucker. That's what he should have said. If I was him, I would have been I'm Batman, bitch. And then I wonder if they're going to allow his Batman to go into like the DCEU one. As everybody knows right now, as everybody probably knows or probably doesn't know, Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton are coming back as Batmans on the Flash movie. So clearly we're going to have a Flashpoint movie. And I'm very excited to see this. I'm very excited that we're going to get a chance to watch this movie. I mean, to watch, different Batmans. Now, if you give us Jeffrey Dean Morgan, my head may explode. My mind may just, it might do that. It might do it. I don't know. But, wow, my head is pounding right now. Goodness gracious. But completely forgot where my train of thought was. But Robert Pattinson, I don't think he's going to do that. I think they're going to leave this as like an anthology series, just like Batman Begins. It's not going to be centered around anybody else. It's just going to be a Batman storyline, and that's fine as long as as long as somebody now includes the Bat family. It's better for me. To me, I think they should definitely have the Bat family at some point. You gotta have Robin. You gotta have Batwoman. You gotta have Batgirl. You gotta have, fucking Nightwing and all of them. Red Robin and everything. I feel like we haven't gotten Jason Todd in a movie setting. We got Jason Todd in a on Titans. By the way, just in case, so just for sticking with this, he's supposed to be coming back as the Red Hood for this season. Oh, we're gonna get a live action Red Hood. I wish it was Jensen Ackles. He deserves that time. He deserves to be Red Hood at some point because he voiced them during Under the Red Hood. If you don't know who Jensen Ackles is, that's Dean Winchester from Supernatural, who does a great voice acting job with Red Hood slash Jason Todd. Also, we get the Snyder Cut. They gave us a trailer already to the Snyder Cut? What? It already looks better than the original movie. The original movie was. It left us with more to be desired. We're going to be nice about it. They gave us a little bit more than we needed to be desired for that shit. And yeah, so we need to. I definitely want to see a lot more from the movie. I'm hoping. Well, I'm sorry, they're doing a 4-part miniseries. By the way, it's supposed to be 4 1-hour episodes to this show, which to me is fucking stupid. But and watch, they're going to come out with it episodically because it's HBO, so it's going to come out every week for 4 weeks. I'm like, why? Why would you do this to us? Why? Don't do this to us? Don't hurt us, please. Don't do this. Don't you? Okay, so we do it. Ah, my goodness gracious, my throat is not with me there. So, don't remember what I was talking about, but no. But DC Fandom did a very good job with their presentation. It was a great job. Finally, we got The Rock talking more and more about Black Adam. So we're going to get a Black Adam movie finally at some point in life. The Rock. Oh, okay, and also we're going to get we got another trailer to Wonder Woman 84. I never finished the first one. I know it's going to sound bad, but I never finished the first one. I finished Captain Marvel, but I never finished Wonder Woman the first one. I think I need to do that. But it actually didn't look too bad. Kristen Wiig as Cheetah should be interesting. It will be. It's going to be very interesting. I know she's going to have her little comedic times, but it's going to be interesting to see her in a serious movie because she's not in too many of them. I don't think she's in a serious movie. I think she normally does comedy. So it's going to definitely change the game for her. Like if she can pull this off, she's going to be great. She's already very, very funny, and so her being Cheetah and playing a very dramatic role. Wow, we're going to see what's up. That we say this about a lot of people, like Adam Sandler too, playing the serious roles. Even though I was probably in the camp to where Uncut Gems was not that great to me. It wasn't that great to me. It was okay. All right. Should he have won? Should he have been an Oscar nominee for it and shit like that? I don't think so. I wasn't a fan of it. I didn't think. I thought Punch Drunk Love was way better than this. But Kristen Wiig is a very talented comedian. She's been on SNL and stuff like that, so I'm very excited. And Bridesmaids, which people tried their hardest to convince me that Bridesmaid was just as good as Step Brothers, and I want to tell them this in the nicest way possible. You are smoking crack. There's no. It was good. It was funny. I ain't gonna get it twisted. Bridesmaids was funny, but Step Brothers funny. It wasn't even Talladega Nights funny. Nah, not at all. And we're talking about a full ensemble cast type deal. No, It might have been Watson and Holmes. No, I'm playing. It was way better than Watson and Holmes. Everything was better than Watson and Holmes. But you can't sit here and try to tell me that movie was on par with Step Brothers. I can't tell. I won't allow that. This blasphemy. It won't happen. That's blasphemy. That's blasphemous shit to say that Bridesmaids was on the same boat as Step Brothers. No, no. There's no argument. It was not that great. It wasn't that great. All right. So you're welcome for those that want to talk about oh well, Bridesmaids on the same thing as no, it's not. No, it's not. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're gonna get your feelings hurt. Don't do it. So, so many things are happening. Goodness gracious. We got sports coming back. We got football coming back on Thursday. We got basketball and playoff full swing right now. Baseball, we're starting to wind. It was crazy. Is baseball starting to wind down? We're about to be in playoff mode in baseball very soon. And yeah. And hockey is going on too. Like, it feels like things are starting to open back up a little bit here and there. I know people are still dealing with the COVID, still getting, there's still a lot of positive tests and things like that. It feels like it's kind of went on the back burner since, like, now we're about to start ramping up the political run, the political races and stuff like that. So, my predictions are starting to look right about some shit. So, yeah. Also, yeah, so tomorrow we're talking sports and stuff. I definitely want to make sure I preview the football season before the season starts. So I'm definitely going to have sports tomorrow before, Houston Texans and Kansas City Chiefs play each other on Thursday Night Football. Also, anime and video games. I got some DC fandom shit. I got some NBA 2K news. I got some there was something else that came out. Oh, I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm going to get it. Is Marvel's Adventures and also Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, the remastered version. When all the black kids went out and started getting skateboards and shit, and when we started watching the X Games, there's a 5-year period where Tony Hawk got transcended cultures. All right, where everybody would start skateboarding and doing half pikes and shit like that. I didn't start doing half pikes and shit. I was scared to drop in. But I thought about it. But I'm very excited to be back, man. Trust me, there's going to be so much more content coming out. I also got a new idea for another podcast. I'm going to bring it up here very soon. I just want to work out the kinks and figure out how I want to get it done. So I'll let you guys know about it very, very soon. Yeah. So I guess this is it for right now. Even though I've been out for almost a month, I've watched so much shit. I just can't remember what I've watched so far. So I'll probably be back with another episode of just straight up talking about what I've watched because I've completely forgot everything. Because, like I said, man, the chat with Boseman passing away really just it took me for a loop, man. This is the first time in a very long time that a celebrity's like a person, a famous person that I've never met in my life passing away affected me a little bit. It affected me because of the impact that he had for the world. So once again, I'm going to bookend this with Chadwick Boseman. I want to say once again, thank you, Mr. Boseman, for everything you've done, and for inspiring, hopefully, in the next generation of Black thinkers and Black creatives. So, thank you so much for that. So, with that, I want to say thank you guys so much for listening to the Cruiser Podcast. Where you can find the Cruiser Podcast once again is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor.fm, all the rest of that cool. Pretty much anywhere you can find a podcast, you can find the Cruising Podcast. Anywhere you can find your podcast needs is where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Goodness gracious, I suck at this. So, also where you can find the latest updates of the show is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, which you can see back here if you're watching YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, just don't do it backwards. I understand that it might look backwards in the eyes, but just read it. Read it this way. So just helping out, guys. So with that, and also other on Twitter at Nicetown Finest. So with that, I want to say thank you guys so much for listening to the Cruising Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Cruz. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Don't catch you guys tomorrow for straight up football predictions, baby. Deuces.